Swifter Than Eagles is the last DLC in the Field of Glory 2 franchise, and it extends it backwards to the dawn of civilized warfare, covering the period from 2500 to 681 BC. Take the role of Pharaoh of Egypt, one of the oldest continuous kingdoms. Defend Egypt from the barbarians to the north and south, and advance your empire into Canaan and Syria with a mighty force of chariots and infantry. Or choose to lead one of the new Near Eastern empires that arose in this period, such as the Mitanni, Hittites, Babylon, and Assyria. Or rule the ancient Greek kingdom of Mycenae and lead your forces across the Aegean Sea to take revenge against Troy. Or, if you prefer the role of destroyer, lead the enigmatic sea peoples in their orgy of destruction in the late Bronze Age crisis. As usual, this DLC expands the custom battles and sandbox campaign modules. It includes 66 new army lists, which expand the total number to 355. 8 new epic battles, 70 new quick battles, 46 new units, and 19 new factions. For the history buff, you can play 4 new historically based campaigns, such as the Ramesses II campaign, the greatest pharaoh of the New Kingdom, repelling a Shurdeen invasion of Egypt, and fighting the mighty Hittite Empire to a standstill at the Battle of Kadesh. In the free update that accompanies the release of Swifter Than Eagles, there are many new features and gameplay changes. Some of these are 5 new battle scenario types available in custom battles, quick battles, and sandbox campaigns. New planes bat type. Fight Now will now pick a quick battle at random from the base game or any DLCs that you own. Rebalanced army point system to better reflect the effectiveness of each unit type. Improvements to the AI.
Hello everyone. I am just back from Poland, so I really don't know where I am right now. I'm a bit like, you've been dropped into a situation and I really don't know what to say. So I've got a very, very precise schedule to follow, and thank you, Enzo, for providing that to me. Otherwise, I couldn't do anything without you today. So today we're releasing Field of Glory 2 Swifter Than Eagles. This is the last episode or last DLC of the series. I'm super happy, but also a bit, a bit sad about it. It's the end of a series in a way. It's not the real end, but it's, you know what I mean. It's like the last DLC for the Field of Glory 2 franchise as we know it, and I'm a bit sad about it. And it's really cool to see that all these people have been following the series for so long. We simply try to do everything we could to make the game as good as we could make it. All in all, I think the following and the support by the community has been incredible. So I'm very happy about it. In general, I think Field of Glory 2 just did what we were hoping it would do. So raise the awareness towards digital wargaming as we intend it to be, and make a game that would be interesting for the real hardcore fans of the wargaming of war games, but also be interesting for new players. So we got it. We got what we wanted. Richard Bodley Scott, I think, achieved something that just very few developers could achieve, and I'm very happy that we got to this point, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up next and in the future of the franchise. For the occasion of the release of Swifter Than Eagles, we have discounted the entire series. I think it's up to 75% off on our site on Steam and some other cool places like I think Games Planet and many other places. So check it out there if you want to complete your collection, and of course run and rush to get your copy of Swifter Than Eagles, and tell us what you think about it. This is a big day for Mordante as well, who's been following the series and being the most vocal fan at tea time for so long. We're also doing a tournament, launching a tournament today, so make sure you check that out. I think the tournament is, I've got it noted here, it's launching on February 23rd, so you've got a few days to subscribe and make sure you participate in this special DLC tournament. There's also a tournament for Field of Glory 2 Medieval going on at the same time. I see there's a lot of people in the chat waiting for BA, but I really wanted to start off with Swifter Than Eagles because, well, it's release day, and for anyone who's in the chat today and who's not used to follow tea time, Thursday is a release day for Slitherine. So we usually release a game on a Thursday. So there's always something happening on Thursday. That's why we do tea time. And also Broken Arrow will be released in a Thursday. We don't know when now, but it's going to be released on a Thursday, that's for sure. Before we talk about Broken Arrow, today I've got many other subjects to cover, so we might be going a little bit longer than the usual for tea time. So after Broken Arrow, we're going to update you on some big stuff about Starship Troopers Terran Command. We've got Master of Magic updates as well, and Battle Sector. So all very cool content updates. So interesting to follow what will happen. Future Thursday, yes, Future Thursday, not this Thursday, not next Thursday, most probably not any Thursday in March, but a Thursday. So we'll see. We'll see when the release date approach, and we'll keep you up to date on that. Any update on Terminator Dark Fate? I guess many updates on Terminator Dark Fate. We're kind of getting there about announcing you more about that game. So I'm really curious to see it. There's a lot to do today, so I'm not going to cover that. But we're preparing some big announcements for Terminator, for other games as well. As I said, I'm just back from Poland, where we have our Slitherine development team there, working on Stargate, Terminator, Ancient Arenas, and we had long chats and long updates about these games, and I'm really looking forward to update you on these. So without further ado, let me connect with Felix back in Paris. And hello, Felix.
And here I am.
Hey,
Hello, Marco.
You look really awesome as always. I'm glad to see you're alive after last week's big efforts.
Well, last week it was 2 weeks ago because during the demo it's okay. It's just getting the result of the work, but the big push, the big work was the weeks before the demo was released.
Your demo ready was the hard work.
Well, yeah, it's always hard work. Always a lot of pressure.
How was it to follow all the feedback? Following all the feedback on the Discord and comments and so on. How did you feel?
Well, stressed at first, of course. It's the first time we have like a public demonstration of the game where people can put their hands on it. So as a developer, you're always stressed at this moment. What if they don't like it? What if we have to redo everything? So luckily it didn't happen, and we're now super relieved, super happy. Like the reception the game had from the demo is really great. So everybody's everybody's much more relaxed now.
Okay, cool. Don't get too relaxed, but I wanted to give you some numbers, and the numbers are amazing. We had over 150,000 downloads, over 100,000 unique players on the demo. And of course, the goal of the demo, as you just said, was to collect the feedback and make sure that we understand, what players think about the game and so on. So, can you tell us anything about the feedback and the feedback you received, and how you're planning to sort of filter through and understand what is relevant feedback, what is maybe just stuff that would be great, but we're not going to make it. Will not make it in the game, in the final game. What's your current view of the overall feedback you got?
Well, first thing is that we got a lot. As you said, like these are really great figures that we got. Like so many people tried the game. As a result, we really had thousands of people sending us feedback. Uh, the first and most important thing is that people like the game. As I said, it's like it's not only a lot of people trying it; it's a lot of people really loving it. It's like 80% of the people who answered our survey says that they would buy the game instantly at launch. 50% are still hesitant, and only 5% of the people really didn't like the game, didn't like what they saw. So I would say 80 to 95% approval. It's really great for us. It's really reassuring us that we are moving in the right direction with this game. So this is the most important for us to know that. Of course, well, that's for the positive. For the negative, we had a lot of people complaining about the bad performance and stability of the demo. We are aware of this. In fact, this is normal during development to to have crash and to have the to have the machine that solicited a lot, and we would be working on it. It's I would say yeah, we know it. It's normal for development to have that kind of performance and stability issues. This will be fixed for the release. We will spend the time it's needed that is needed to fix that. So yeah. Second, the second most present feedback was the demo is too hard. The demo is much too hard. Once again, there is no denial on that. But there are many factors for this for this. First, what we wanted to do with this demo is not create a tutorial, because I think it would be boring to play to have something that is too that is directing the player too much. So instead, we went for the second option, which is to make a showcase, put a maximum of features for the game in a single mission, let the players try everything they want, like okay, CQC battle for infantry, tank on tank engagement, helicopters, planes, cruise missile. We've put the maximum of this. We didn't we were not able to put everything. Like you couldn't do your own airdrops. It was only done by the AI in front of you. We had to cut some elements to keep it manageable and not too big. But generally, because of this choice to make it a showcase, this is increasing the difficulty, because well, you have all the stuff at the same time, and if you're not used to that kind of game, and if you're discovering the mechanics at the same time you're playing with them, so of course it's harder. um, and yeah, so some people who tried the mission only once probably failed. Like we have only like 20% people who managed to end the mission on the first try. um, so this will be improved in the final game by the fact that yeah, you would have previous missions with tutorial elements that teach you how to play and increase the difficulty slowly, rather than having directly this kind of mission where you have to do everything.
Felix, do
And
you
in
think
addition
that
to that,
do you think
yeah,
that the idea, the fact that it was, some people said it was hard, and I'm seeing in a chat, and there's a lot of people saying, yeah, it was like, because there's a lot of micromanagement, and sometimes you have to micromanage units and so on, but it's almost like, when you offer the demo to so many different people, you're almost bound to have like non-experts or non-players of these type of games that are just trying it out and saying it's too hard. On the other side,
yeah, of course.
do you really think that, it was too hard? Because choosing a like mid-game mission to showcase the game was a bit of a risk in a sense.
Yeah, it's a risk. Like as I said, we by doing so we were able to show more things to the player, cost of a higher difficulty. for the final game. We will have tutorials before this mission. We will have difficulty levels for the mission for each person to choose his level of intensity. And then there were stuff that were inherent to the fact that you try it for the first. So you try it for time, and also, well, bugs. We had some quality of life tools missing. For instance, a request that arrives almost all the time is a tool to test the line of sight of units and to explain where they can see, where they can shoot at 360 degrees. Of course, we planned this kind of tool, which is super useful. It's just like it wasn't ready for the demo, so that made the game harder to play. There were stuff like helicopters and planes didn't release their flares automatically, so this felt really micro-intensive for players, and simply bugs. Putting these tools of I would call it, yeah, quality of life tools, this will reduce, as a side effect, this will reduce the difficulty of the game, because doing will be easier. So you won't need as many to do the stuff. So a long list of stuff like this, like there were bugs like infantry not entering building in some situations and choosing to headbang the walls instead. So this has been already fixed. The fact that some fire support vehicles need to be manually set to shoot at building, this is fixed. We are thinking also about stuff like double right click for automatically trigger the ability. All these little stuff put one on top of the others will reduce the micro intensive game without changing its core, and that's important. So I would say expect the same game at release, but with more quality of life tools to help you play it, fast.
Well,
So, yeah.
Felix, do you think that in the demo, of course, the demo is really, to sort of test the core gameplay loop, and there's many other things in the game like multiplayer and many other things that wasn't included because we wanted to have feedback about very specific things. Do you think that this is, reassuring to keep on working in this direction? Do you think there's going to be like big change of direction now, or you feel confident about it?
No, we're really confident with the game, and the approval of people really bolster us with this confidence. Um, we are aware of problems. We generally have solutions. It just takes time to do them. So as long as the feedback we receive from players is basically something we already know about, it helps to prioritize stuff eventually. Like, okay, this is a problem that so many people had that we need to insist on it more. Like I'm thinking the supply system, where many people didn't understand that you had to put the supplies in the cargo and it wasn't done automatically. Well, as a result, we need to insist on that on the tutorial. Eventually propose the option to have the transport automatically load the maximum of cargo when you select it, that kind of stuff. We knew the system was a bit complex. It's complex because you have a lot of options. Put infantry, supplies, bows. This resulted in a lot of choices when you buy your units. So we take good note of that. We knew it would require some more explanations during the tutorial. Seeing how people have stumbled upon this problem will help us make a better tutorial, basically to explain exactly what was wrong.
So what's next now? What's the next steps? What you're looking forward to now in the pipeline, the development pipeline?
Well, generally we continue to work on things that were missing. People said like, okay, there were missing units, the language was English only, stuff like this. We will improve. Like, okay, we only had like 60% of the units in the demo. We will continue to bring more of them. We will translate the game and stuff like this. But more importantly, this was a solo mission. Solo is super important, but the game also will include multiplayer. So the next step will be to test the multiplayer. And there are, well, many. It's a task that is quite different from the solo because you have to test all the networks, starting to test the balance between the different factions, the different deck specialization. So our next step will be to make an open beta to let players test the maximum the deck creation system, the multiplayer, the network code, etc. That will be the next step for us.
So when do you think the multiplayer test will happen? Do you have an idea of the dates?
It's sometimes during the spring. I don't know. I would say May or something. We will get more information the closer we get to get a precise date.
Get people
Well, yeah,
excited,
you.
really.
Well, I know we have a lot of hardcore fans who wants to play with absolutely all the units, all the decks, and yeah. Well, a bit more a bit more patience, please.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
still working on it. But yeah, that would be great.
Just a
And I
reminder that
will.
everyone who's interested can be, can subscribe to the Discord, and there's a lot of discussions going on there, a lot of interaction with the developers and such. So it's a very good place to start to get news about what's happening in the Broken Arrow development, and we'll surely update you guys when we have news also on tea time. Yeah,
Yep.
Felix, thanks for joining us, and I think I've got to pass my congratulations to the entire team, development team, for putting together such an amazing demo. And if this is just the the appetizer, I think that the full meal will be really fantastic.
Well, I'm pretty sure they are all in the chat watching you, so your congratulations are directly transmitted, I'm sure.
Good stuff. Thank you, Felix. All right. Next up, sorry, for all RTS fans, we're going to keep talking about RTSs because we got news for Starship Troopers. Right, Starship Troopers released yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. We released the beta test, the beta version on Steam of the mission editor and the Steam Workshop support. So that's great. I think we have a few 100,000 players of Starship Troopers who are, interested to sort of potentially play any mission created by you guys out there. So you can check it out, play the beta, check out if you want to start creating your own content with the game, and ultimately deliver it on Steam Workshop. It's a great way of sort of giving replayability to the game, whilst we work on the big updates and DLCs that we have promised to you and will come up very, very soon. If you have any thoughts and suggestions on the beta and feedback on the mission editor and Steam Workshop support, check out and give your feedback on the Discord channel. We're using the Discord channels more and more, as you've basically understood very clearly. So make sure that you post there. Lucas and the development team are all there to answer your question. We've got more stuff. Yes, as I said at the beginning, we have more information about Master of Magic and Battle Sector. So on Master of Magic, we have announced this week that there will be a huge update coming up in March. The update is called Through the Mirror, and gives some hints about the content of the update, but not all of the hints that you need to understand, what is really happening with Master of Magic. So Master of Magic will have this huge update. One little, disclosure of what is happening has been given in the first announcement, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more coming. So stay tuned in the coming weeks and days and weeks to, we'll tell you more about what is coming up. The first thing we've announced is that we are going to add this new wizard. And now I am just coming back from Poland, so I can pronounce this with a Polish accent. Tlashga. Basically, Tlashga, you can see the wizard there is a goblin druid, bringing some more flavor to the game. It's a way I'm going to read this because, as I said, I was just given this sheet, so I'm not. I didn't rehearse it on time. This new wizard is known for her powerful nature summoner abilities, which make nature summons 50% cheaper. And so it begins journey with a unit of warbears and all of the nature summoning spells. This update is coming up in March. Just checking if there's any comment in the meantime, but stay tuned. I think tomorrow we're announcing something more and more next week. Something more tomorrow if Adriana prepares the artwork for the Steam page. If she refuses to, then it's going to be on Monday. We just had an argument. Had an argument during the marketing meeting about it. So if blood is still on the carpet, that's not going to happen. More about Battle Sector, and I've got a little extra note on Battle Sector. Battle Sector, we have released another huge update for the game. We have improved or finalized Steam Deck support. There's a new messaging system for PBM multiplayer matches, and there's a big overhaul of balancing for the Sisters of Battle. One of the things I've seen some comments on the Steam forums, I think, saying that, or on Twitter, it just, you guys are great. You keep updating your games and with new stuff and so on. Well, actually, it's started at the end of last year with Starship Troopers, going on this year with Master of Magic. We're really trying to balance between what we give as free updates and with content as well. We've done it for Starship Troopers. It's coming up for Master of Magic, and also for paid for DLCs. Developers are working hard, sometimes super, super hard, to deliver free stuff. And I think we have to acknowledge that it's a big step for them because, we as a team really want to give all you guys out there a service that's more about, expanding the worlds of these games and making sure that you keep playing them and enjoying them. So make sure that you fully understand that something is free of, hard work, and it's then coming for the paid DLC later on. Supporting the developers doing this, a great way of showing them that we support them all. And I want to finish this by giving you the streaming schedule for the week. So we're on the 16th. So after this, of course, the almighty Richard York will play Swifter Than Eagles, Field of Glory 2, Swifter Than Eagles. I've noted it is at 8 p.m., so it's not going to happen after this tea time, but slightly later. And then we've got the big Slitherine Friday tomorrow. So we've got Field of Glory 2, Swifter Than Eagles at 6 p.m. These are all UK times. Battle Sector, Sisters of Battle at 8 p.m. And Starship Troopers, Terran Command, Yok Dog. Sorry, Battle Sector is with Hexaboo, and Yok Dog is going to play Starship Troopers at 10. Monday next week, we've got Matrix Monday. So all Matrix games. Kushan is playing Command at 4 6:15 p.m. And Gamer is playing Strategic Command at 6:15 until he cannot, and he has to go sleep, basically. I've noted here it's more than 2 hours, so you're going to enjoy a long stream of ACW, Strategic Command ACW Wars in the Americas. So that's the DLC we just released. On Tuesday, the greatest streamers of all, our very own Edmund, will have a next episode of What's Your Mod? On Wednesday. Thank you, Enzo. I'm falling asleep at 6 p.m. So don't go anywhere. Exactly, Edmund. You don't want them to go anywhere because they have to watch your modding crew making great things with games. As for us, next week we're going to be here talking about games. Sorry we didn't manage to connect with you last week. We had some very weird technical problem happening with our connection from the sunny Sanremo, but I'm pretty sure that's won't happen again, because now I'm going to sit with Michele for another 2 hours trying to fix that and make sure that this doesn't happen again. Southern Storm updates coming up very soon. Joseph, we have big announcements for Southern Storm coming, so stay tuned. Big things are happening on the series, so make sure you stay tuned on that. And I'm getting late. I'm 10 minutes later than I should be. So without further ado, I'll give you next meeting next week at tea time. Remember to tune in on Monday for Julia's newsroom for more updates and news. And I'll see you next week. Bye.